Okay. Hey guys, this is so exciting. Okay, so this was our first series of design games. I don't think we have a more brilliant title, but we might. I kind of am digging design games. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I like it.
Okay, whatever. All right, so we're going to have each designer introduce themselves. These are three cool neck centers, so I'm so excited you guys are with us and you're starting this out. So, Alexis, we'll have you go through first. If you just say your name, the city you're in, like who you work for, and then if you want to say your favorite snack, I feel like it's like around lunchtime. That would be great. I'm really hungry, so this might go bad actually, but let's just say your favorite snack at the end.
Okay, my name is Alexis Rice. I own my own company. It's called James Consulting. We are owners reps for Delta Airlines and potentially American Express. So we oversee design and construction of luxury interior spaces at airports.
Wow. Alexis, you did that so well. That really rolled out. Like, that was good.
Now you gotta go.
Yeah, your elevator pitch is good.
Yeah. Elevator, not airport. What am I talking about? My favorite snack is red wine.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one.
I didn't know that alcohol was an option.
It's an option. That's awesome. And Alexis, you're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. All right, awesome. Okay, cool. Maddy, why don't you go next?
Okay, I'm Maddy George. I work at Huntsman Architectural Group in Chicago. We do commercial work, so a lot of offices, tenant lounges, and things like that, lobbies. And my favorite snack right now, I got a box of oatmeal cream pies that I haven't had in forever, and
wow,
yeah, it really hits the spot.
Strong place.
Wow, oatmeal cream pie. I've never had that before.
What?
I haven't. I don't know.
Cream pie, like a Debbie, is it Debbie brand?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Little
Little
Debbie.
Debbie's? All right, I'll look it up. It sounds kind of healthy. Is it healthy or
It's
not? Really?
No.
Okay, so maybe I'd like it. All right, cool. Awesome. Thanks, Maddy. And you're in Chicago?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, next up, we've got Whitney.
Hi, I'm Whitney Prescia. I work for B2 Architecture in Dallas, Texas. We do multifamily, senior living, and student housing. I think my favorite snack, if it was something other than alcohol, then it would be beef jerky.
Beef jerky? Oh my gosh. Lots of people like beef jerky. I'm not a fan, but I get it. Okay, and then can you tell people about the amazing wallpaper that's in the background? Because I've seen this in person, and it is so cool, you guys.
Yes, I'm at the office today. This wall covering is called Busted, and it's from Work and See.
Yeah. And it's a bunch of boobs, right? It's like a busty baby wallpaper. Super cool. Love it. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, our first game we have is going to be hot or not. And each of our contestants have hot or not signs that you're going to hold up when you see this trend and if you think it's hot or not. We'll go pretty quick, but if you want to jump in, if you feel strongly that it's definitely not hot or should not, or it's really hot, then just jump in and tell us why you think it's it's hot or not. Okay, so our first one, the first trend we're going to go over is curves. So curves in all forms. So we're seeing a lot of curves, obviously, in furniture, in walls, in just different areas. So curves, do you think that's hot or not? Wow, this is exciting. We have two hots, one not. Okay, so Alexis, you said not. Why do you think it's not? Just not into it, or?
No, aesthetically, I think it's lovely, but executing it on the construction side is very difficult to get it right.
Okay.
I think the concept is great in theory, and application it's very, very hard to deliver.
Ooh, I love that answer. Okay, cool. And Maddy and Whitney, you just think it's hot because you like it?
Yeah, just love it.
It's incredibly aesthetically pleasing, but she's a very valid point.
Okay, cool. I like it. No, that's good. Okay, florals, hot or not? Obviously, that depends on the type of floral. There's a lot of specifics there. But in general, florals, do you think that's hot or not? I'm thinking print-wise, but... Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got two nots, one hot. Okay, so Whitney, why are you saying not?
Lukewarm on it. I think it depends. I haven't seen any florals lately that I'm just like, oh my god, I need those. Yeah. And I think since like Ellie Cashman and like that like dark floral thing that she does, it's just not my thing.
Okay, cool. And Maddy, you like say hot?
Yeah, well, I just love prints and like layering prints, so I feel like depends on the scale and stuff, but like on a wall covering, it could be really cool. Like if it's like huge scale floral, or even, and then on like a textile, like if you have like a really small print that's like a floral, I don't know. It's just like the layering of the scales of it could be really fun. And so I think it could be hot. I mean, it definitely could go the other way though.
Okay, cool. Alexis, what do you think? You said not, right?
Yeah, I think like Whitney said, if it's a really, really big bold print, and Maddy too, I like that. But I think a lot of times it tends to err on the side of having high tea with your grandmother. And I'm like super into that.
Okay, all right, cool. Not your thing. All right, cool. All right, this one's been kind of interesting, herringbone, because people feel strongly on this, especially like, you know, the last couple years. But herringbone right now, do you think that's hot or not?
No.
Okay, so we got 2 knots and 1 hot. Okay. All right, so Maddy, why'd you say not?
I think like, I'm not gonna say it's a horrible, like in the floor, like if you have a certain scale, I think it could be fun, but I feel like it's just kind of overdone. I feel like people like want to do it like for tile or something, and like they're like, oh, let's do Subway herringbone, and it'll be like fresh and new, but I think it's just a little overdone right now.
Okay, cool. Alexis, why'd you say, you said hot?
Yeah, totally agree with Maddy, but I've seen some applications where it looks really good with an oversized tile or that kind of thing, where it's a much larger scale, so the pattern's not as in your face. And I like the subtlety.
You like that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then Whitney, you're just kind of over it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's classic, standard application. I wouldn't say that it was hot.
Okay, cool. All right, so we've thrown in some really weird ones in here, so just be ready for some weird ones. This is maybe starting it. Big hoop earrings, like the really big hoop earrings. Currently, I'm into the stacked ones. I think those are fun, but big hoop earrings, do you think they're hot or not? Not hot.
Not for me.
Not. Okay, all right, cool. So, Maddy, you said hot. You're just into it.
I like it, like, if I have like my hair up, in a huge hoop, I'm totally into it. I'm into it. But yeah, I mean, to each their own.
That's cool. I like the Jenny on the black look for you. That's good. Okay, grays. Are you guys into grays right now? We're going back to interiors. Grays, is that hot or not? I think a lot of people are kind of not sure if it's going out or in or whatever. So grays. Not. Okay. Okay, so 3 knots. Okay, so we're just over that trend, ready for the next.
Yeah, color.
Okay, cool. What about browns? Someone brought this up the other day. Browns, do you feel like that's hot? Is that the new gray? What do you guys think? Browns, are they in or out?
Love the browns. I think it for like the last little while. It's oh god, sorry.
Love it. Hot. Okay, so you're all about the browns now.
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool.
That
That
was
was
good.
good.
List grays.
Okay, cool. All right, what about chunky dad sneakers? I've gone back and forth on this multiple times. Okay, so you're saying not, Alexis?
Yeah.
Okay, Maddy says hot. Whitney says hot. All right, cool. So Alexis, are you just like not? It's just too chunky.
I'm just, yeah, it's not my thing. I'm more of a girl.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so what about built-ins? This one's kind of interesting. So we thought of built-ins as in like seating, even like shelving, whatever. Those built-in nooks were kind of everywhere, especially commercially. Are built-in seating, is that still kind of in? Is it hot or is it not? Hot, not. Okay, cool. Whitney, why did you say not?
Thinking that with today's climate, I think people are looking for maximum flexibility. If things are built in, like you cannot move things away and provide space between each other. You're kind of tied to wherever that's built in.
Okay, that totally makes sense. Alexis, what were you saying? You said hot.
Yeah, I like it. A lot of times we're given just a big, giant square shelf space. And so having the built-ins allows you to kind of define that area a bit more and make more unique seating and different like paths of egress and that kind of thing. So it's helpful in that way.
Okay, cool. Maddy, were you going to say something similar or?
Yeah, I just think, I mean, I feel like it's nice to have like a diversity of seating, like some stuff that can be more flexible and some stuff that's more like integrated in design is kind of fun. But,
okay, cool. All right, this one's kind of controversial too. Controversial, I mean, whatever. Design controversial. Gold. Is that hot or not?
Depends on the gold.
I know, that's what's hard about this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that soft champagne, pretty, but maybe like.
Okay, so we all say hot. Okay, because we also had on the list like copper and bronze. We weren't sure if that was getting hotter than the gold, but all of you said gold, still in, still love it. Is there like, is copper or bronze more on the radar now or not really? I know it all kind of rotates.
I know we've been using a lot more in our designs, a whole lot more.
Wait, what have you been using more?
Coppers and bronzes.
Okay, got it. What about you guys, Maddy or Whitney?
Yeah, we've been using some bronze in a couple of projects recently. I don't think we've used copper yet, but yeah.
Copper accents. I don't think that, like, if you're looking at plumbing or door hardware, not everybody has that specialty copper, but everybody has brass or bronze for that matter.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, we just have a few more hot or nots. Maximalism. This is a big debate. Minimalism versus maximalism. So let's do maximalism. Hot or nots. We got two hots. Alexis is not. Okay, I love that we're all different. Okay, so Maddy, do you want to explain why you like maximalism? I guess this is more a personal choice, but in general.
Yeah, I guess it's like in my own house and what I like to try and put in projects, but it's a lot of times shot down, I feel like, by clients who are like a little more conservative, but I like more is more kind of way, like lots of patterns, lots of colors, lots of textures, just like, because especially with like a shared space or something, if it's not someone's specific office, it's like, why not just like go for it and have like a fun space that's different than other spaces? So yeah.
Okay, cool. Alexis, you said not. So are you more on the minimalist train or?
You can see behind me, it's all like black and white and very simple.
Yeah, okay.
My world, like my closet looks the same way. Very, very
Oh my God.
I
love that. That's your style. Okay, cool. And then Whitney, you're more maximalist as well, right?
For sure. I think when it comes to texture and color and pattern, definitely maximalist, but not when it comes to clutter and unnecessary things.
Like tchotchkes?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, last one we'll do is marble. Do you feel like marble's hot or not at this point? Not hot. Okay.
guess. Yeah. It only comes
Hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And then Whitney, why'd you say not on marble? Just you feel like it's going out or?
I mean, it's everywhere. It's nothing particularly like special, I would say. And also, I mean, we specialize in commercial interiors, and it could get us into trouble sometimes. Like, people don't want to see their stone staining and stuff like that. So, not here.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys, we're going to go into Would You Rather. I feel like you're going to think these are the dumbest questions. So you don't think they're too dumb, but okay. So Would You Rather, and we'll kind of go back and forth. So this one, we don't have a sign. We'll just go back and forth. So would you rather have a space where you can't use any color, only neutrals? And think about this in terms of for your clients. Would you have a space where you can't use any color, you can only use neutrals, or you can only use bold colors, no neutrals? Again, I think this kind of goes back to your personal design preference, so that one's a little tricky, but Alexis, we'll have you answer first. Would you rather you can't use any color, like zero, only neutrals, or would you rather use only color?
Neutrals, hands down.
Okay. Just because it's easier, it's cleaner, personal style.
Cleaner, personal style, and I think you can use a lot of interesting textures and materials to give it more depth and personality. So.
Okay, love that. Okay, Maddy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd rather the colorway just because would be kind of a challenge, just to make it not feel insane, but because I feel like there are some colors that almost read as neutral, so you can maybe play with it. I think it'd be a fun kind of challenge.
Okay, cool. Whitney, what do you say?
Color.
The color? I know I'm asking the two maximalists and the minimalists, so that makes sense. Okay, so this one I thought was interesting because you deal with this, but would you rather have a tight timeline, like a really quick turnaround, or a super long timeline that kind of stretches out? I think it probably depends on your working style, but would you rather have that tight timeline or like a longer timeline, but it does kind of stretch out? Alexis, you're up first.
Right timeline for sure.
Okay. Just because your working style, you'd rather be quicker? Or?
more my speed, and I like to get things done. And I feel like if they're drawn out, I forget about things, and I'm not as on top of it. So.
Okay, cool. Maddie, what about you?
Yeah, I would agree. I think quicker is better because I feel like any project that gets dragged on, stuff gets like mistakes are made and like it's just like more room for error almost. And it just like, then you gotta get sick of it too. You want it to like, just like be done.
To be done. Okay, Whitney, what about for you?
I would agree. I would much rather a tight timeline. I think that the personality of the project can be clearly defined when you have just a short amount of time to do that.
Cool. I like that you guys said that because I didn't think you would, but for us, we work so much better on that short timeline. So like, I would do that too. Okay, this one is like a little maybe not PC or controversial. So just know our heart's not trying to be controversial, and it depends on the person. So that's like the big flag here. It depends on the person. But in general, would you rather have a client that is a man or a client that is a woman? I think this is a discussion we get into at the dinners, and it does depend on the person. So I am really clearly saying that multiple times. But in general, would you rather have a client that's a man or a woman? And I'm kind of curious about this. So Alexis, go ahead.
A man. I think they're
really
more,
okay.
Yeah, more precise in what they're saying. They know exactly what they want typically.
Okay. All right, cool. I like that. Maddie, what about for you?
I might say woman just because I work only, I feel like it's majority men and it's just, it needs some women in my life, it's just like working with old men most of the time. It's like, would be a little more refreshing and it's just kind of fun to have female energy around a little more.
Okay, cool. Whitney, what about you?
I would say man, but for the opposite reason. I think that they don't know what they want, so they're more inclined to listen to design direction.
Okay. All right, cool. That's interesting. All right. Would you rather have a client that is super hard to get a hold of, but they don't have a lot of input, they're a little elusive, or a client that's overly communicative and like wants to know every single step? So I know you deal with probably both of these sets of clients. So Alexis, which one would you rather have? One that's like not communicating, hard to get a hold of, elusive, or one that's like overly kind of communicative in the process?
Probably the one that is hard to get a hold of.
Okay, got it. Just because then you have more design freedom, or?
Well, and it seems like they are trusting and they just hired you to do a job and they'll let you go do it.
Okay, cool. Maddie, what about for you?
Yeah, I would agree with that too. Just because, if they're not all in it, they probably are trusting you more, and you kind of have a little more freedom and kind of wipe out, almost like they're like, yeah, well, I've been doing this. I tried to get a hold of you, and kind of, more freedom.
I love that. Okay, Whitney, same for you.
Yes.
Okay. That seems like an easier one than I thought it was going to be. All right. So we'll just stalk them. That's fine. Like, stay out of our business. We'll stalk you. We'll find you. Okay, cool. All right. This one's kind of like more residential, but I think it's kind of fun because I've been debating this. Would you rather have a white kitchen or a dark kitchen? I'm just kind of curious because I've seen both and I kind of like both styles. But Alexis, for you, would you rather go all white in your kitchen or kind of like all dark, all black, all moody?
Dark. I don't
Dark?
think it's hurt as much.
Okay.
That's actually the primary.
Okay. All right, cool. Maddie, what about for you?
I don't know. I guess I would go dark maybe, just because it's kind of fun, moody, like a different vibe. Yeah.
I like that too. Okay, Whitney, what about for you?
I feel like I should say light, just because I would really choose dark.
Okay. All right, well, then you choose dark. Okay, so now we have 5 questions. We'll see if we can get to all 5 because I'm definitely going to keep us in our time frame here. But this is called What Would You Do? See, I feel like after you say that, it needs to have like a sound effect. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll work on it. What would you do? Yeah, something to transition. Okay, 1, what would you do if you were only able to choose one space in a project to work on? Which space would it be? Obviously, that's different per project, but let's just say in general, some of the projects that pop in your head. If you could only choose one space in a project to work on, which would it be? You guys have your thinking faces on. I like it. This is a good would you rather.
Well, is this like within the industry that we work in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because are you saying otherwise like dream space?
Yeah. I mean, we do. I think with each, type of project, there's only a set of kind of spaces that you work in.
Yeah.
Either it's a lobby or a kitchen.
Totally. So out of those kind of basic spaces, which one, if you could only work on one of those areas, which would it be? That's kind of the idea. So Alexis, we'll have you go first again.
I think I would take the entry in the lobby of the space just because that makes the first initial impact.
Okay, cool. Maddy, what about you?
I think maybe like the lounge area, just because it's kind of fun to make something like cozy and like using a lot of like textures and different kinds of furniture and stuff is just kind of fun. And I feel like you can kind of use some fun wall covering, like just make like more of a space and like kind of hidden away a little bit.
Okay, cool. Whitney, what about for you?
I would say the bar because it's easiest to sort of know what I'd like to feel in the space. It's where I can be found a lot of times. So that's where I would envision myself, I guess, hanging out at the bar.
Okay, I love it. That's so good. Okay, so this one's kind of funny. I don't know if this really applies, but I thought it was funny. I don't know if Jessica thought it was as funny as I did. But what would you do if your biggest client the firm brings in happens to be your ex-boyfriend? Like, I'm just picturing some of mine. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, what would you do?
Like, it's about time. I knew you needed help.
That is so good.
Yeah, I like Whitney's answer, but I think I might be inclined to defer the project to somebody else.
Yeah, I'd be like, I can't. Personal boundary. Maddy, what about for you? What would you do?
I don't know. That's funny. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would just. Would you act like you? Like, would you tell everyone in the room what's happening, or do you act like you don't know them, or would you act like your friends?
Oh my gosh.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know how I would act.
Yeah, that's like, I don't even want to think about it for some of them, I'm like, oh gosh. Okay, so what would you do if you prepped for a client presentation, but realized as you got to the client's office that you prepped for the totally wrong project and you have to present? It's not like you have the option of leaving. So what would you do if you like completely prepped, like for this other project, and you get there and you have to kind of be on the spot?
I mean, as long as it's not like a finished charrette, I would just wing it.
Wing it? Okay, just make something up.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay. Maddy, what would you do?
Oh my god, that's like a nightmare. Like, I think I've had nightmares like this where it's like you're preparing for the wrong thing. I don't know, because especially if I brought in a presentation when I try, like, oh yeah, don't look at the title block, it's for the wrong thing. I guess if you brought in a bunch of like finishes, yeah, they'd just be like, yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. Like, this is
Let's do it.
Okay. I know we had talked about this, but I just went a totally different direction because I thought.
Oh my gosh. All right, so winging it. Whitney, would you be the same?
I mean, I think that when you asked that question, my heart started beating just a little bit faster. I got anxiety. Honestly, I think I would be completely upfront with them because I'm not a very good planner.
Okay.
I think I honestly would
Not
like
even
take a heart attack.
Okay, cool. This one's interesting because I feel like it probably has happened. So there might be like a professional way to do this, and I just don't know what it is. But what would you do if you found out all of your products selected was back ordered? So all of it got back ordered, and you had to present to the client in 3 hours. This is also like a heart beating question, but if everything wasn't available all of a sudden and you had 3 hours to present, what would you do?
But wait, how do you only know 3 hours before that it's back?
I don't know. It's a weird thing that happened. It's 2020. Weird stuff's going on, Alexis. Is there a spot you would go to? Is there like a source? Like, would you start calling reps? Like, what would you do?
I would call every rep I know.
Okay. All right, cool. Anybody else? Maddy, what would you do?
I feel like I would just present the same stuff and be like, we're going to find something a lot like this. Like, it's going to be a thing. It's just the vibe we're going for, like trying to act like.
More of the vibe.
Yeah, the inspiration for it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Whitney, same thing or something different?
Yeah, I think I would say the same thing. Like, get sign off on the look at least. and let them know,
Yeah.
the real thing's yet to come.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the final one. And if you have any personal stories, please share a personal story. We'd love to hear this. If you were doing a Zoom call and realized halfway through the client meeting, you're on a Zoom call with clients, that you could tell your client was sitting there in their underwear. Like you like notice all of a sudden that they're like definitely in their underwear. They don't notice, you notice. Like, what would you do? And has anything like that happened? Because I've seen some really funny like Instagram stories about this recently, and it's cracking me up. No one I've seen in their underwear yet, but I want to. I think it's funny. Has anything like that happened, Alexis, or have you like thought about like,
not to me personally, but a friend of mine who is a rep at Shaw Industries,
Okay.
they had a company-wide sales Zoom call, and apparently
Okay.
one was in bed naked on the video call. And so they're having the meeting, and she said that suddenly he like looks at his phone and he's like, oh shit, and like runs and has to go put clothes on. And he's like, dude, like we can see you.
How do you not notice you're like on video? That's insane.
Wouldn't you be like extra cautious?
Yeah,
Oh
always.
my gosh.
Also,
That's so
even
much worse than.
Yeah,
know that you're on, like, I
I
don't
don't know.
honestly have a conversation with somebody, even like on a phone, and know that it's naked. And
Do
they,
you feel like they could see
there's
you
just too
somehow?
much. You can't do that.
I was like, why would you risk it? Why would you risk it? No, but
Yeah, that's too scary.
I've heard people going to the bathroom and stuff during calls too, and that's really weird.
Oh my gosh.
Right,
I do
we
think
did have
that's weird.
we did have like an all hands meeting at some point, and it wasn't like there wasn't the video on, but someone's audio was still on, and you could it just all of a sudden there's like a flush in the middle of the meeting, and we're all just like, what was that? And they're like, no one copped up to it.
I feel like no one would admit.
There was it didn't happen to me, but in a meeting apparently there was a guy sitting there in his robe, like a client was in his robe, and then he stood up apparently, and the robe just like opened, and he like I think was full aware, and it was like his whole like business was out, and he just like walked out of the room. When he came back in, they were all just like trying to act like nothing happened. They're like like just like keep talking.
That's so awkward.
That is so awkward, because what do you say? That's like really weird. Oh my gosh, you guys.
But it's not
What do
like,
you do?
like intentional, like they're exhibitionists kind of deal with that.
Like they like it somehow? Weird.
If I was a guy, maybe I would try something like that, like among people that I knew,
For
to
reactions.
see if anybody told me anything. And then it was like, if nobody told me anything, it's like, what is this? Come on.
So you
I
turn it
don't
around
know.
on them. Like, why didn't you guys say anything?
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Whitney, do you have any good stories like that?
Fortunately not.
You're like wanting the stories to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be hilarious. But no, I mean, again,
Oh my
I
gosh.
personally and wouldn't even talk to a coworker like on the phone knowing that I wasn't fully dressed. And thankfully, I haven't seen any clients or anybody else. So
Oh my gosh, too funny. All right, guys. Well, that's kind of the end. I want to make sure we stick kind of to our timeline here. So thank you for playing our first round of design games. You guys, that was so fun. I really liked it. All right, cool. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.